Alright, time to film my Spyro review. Just got home from the movie. Let's get things set.
Hello, Ryan O'Toole. I want to play a game. Everybody has reviewed Spyro but you. Do this tonight, or else you will die. Live or die, Ryan. Make your choice.
Okay, Mr. Jigsaw, I'll review Spyro. What's going on, Saw fans? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys a very exciting review. Yes, I did mention Saw because this week we have the newest installment to the Saw franchise, the 9th installment. Today we're reviewing Spyro from the Book of Saw. Directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, a returnee director to the franchise. He's directed the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th installments. And this movie stars Chris Rock. He pretty much did this whole movie. And Samuel L. Jackson. A criminal mastermind unleashes a twisted form of justice in Spyro, the terrifying new chapter from the Book of Saw. So after a year-long delay of Spyro from the Book of Saw, this movie has finally come out, and I wasn't anticipating this movie, if I'm being completely honest, because I watched the Saw movies for the very first time this year. And so, of course, with the release of Spyro this year, I watched all 8 of the previous Saw movies leading up to this movie. And I'm not a diehard fan of this franchise like everybody else is, so I was going in with an open mind. Chris Rock is the lead star of this movie. I really love Chris Rock as a comedian. And hearing all the storylines that he really wanted to make this movie, he's a big fan of the Saw franchise, approached Lionsgate and pretty much told his own story. I'm happy to say that Spyro is a very welcomed addition to the Saw franchise, as it really dives into that formula we've seen with all of the Saw movies, but does it in its own unique way. And I just really enjoyed myself watching Spyro from the Book of Saw. It has all the Saw elements that fans are going to totally eat up. Just a fun horror, torture porn movie like you expect. I think the best aspect of this movie is the cinematography, because my biggest issue with the previous Saw films is the cinematography. I'm not a huge fan of the gray shot coloring. This has a lot of pop to it. A lot of great dark alley scenes, a lot of great ray colors, and just the way it was shot made you feel like you're in today's time, and I just thought the cinematography was easily the biggest point to highlight here. And I just really enjoyed the casting in here. Chris Rock was the biggest risk going into this movie, because what's Chris Rock known for? Stand-up comedy. And hearing he's a big fan of the Saw franchise made it seem like there is hope that he could do a good job in here, going a different route, a lead horror performance. And Chris Rock is very entertaining in here. I really like this different approach for him, and I thought he was good in the movie for the most part. I really enjoyed his character Zeke, how he has a reputation to him. He's the son of his father, Samuel L. Jackson, who was the former police chief, and so everybody has this reputation on him. A lot of people don't like him. He's kind of a troublemaker. Samuel L. Jackson, everybody loves this man. I love Sam Jackson. Put him in anything, any franchise, he's going to be one of the best parts of it. And in here, in a Saw movie, that is awesome to see. And Sam Jackson, as Chris Rock's father, was really entertaining in here. And he wasn't in the movie. I knew he wasn't going to be in it as much, but all his scenes were really funny, especially this one scene you saw in the trailer. You want to play games, motherfucker? It's just so funny. I just really enjoyed how this movie took a different approach, because the previous Saw films, it had this formula to it. You had a group of characters or one character get captured by the Jigsaw killer. They have to set up some games and traps because they've done something wrong. There's a twist ending, lots of traps killing people. Police gets involved, same movies. There's this new copycat killer out here that's trying to be Jigsaw, and the cops have to try to figure out why this guy hates cops so much. And I just really enjoyed how this movie pretty much paid homage to the Saw franchise, but just told it in a different light of day. I think the traps in here are really cool to watch, seeing these characters get tied up to different objects. There's this train sequence, there's just bathtubs, just all the traps in here are cool, and some of the traps are really creative. I think Saw fans will really dig up what's going on in here with the traps. And I also got to talk about the score to the movie, which is mostly hip-hop. Now, usually that would annoy me. I actually like the score in this movie. I really dug it. Having the hip-hop mixed with the Saw theme, the classic theme we all know. Dun, dun. It's just really cool. Really enjoyed the score in here. And I really just felt like I was watching the Saw films again, even though I binge watched them all going into here. We all know the iconic John Kramer, Tobin Bell voice of Jigsaw in the previous films. "Hello, Robert. I want to play a game. Live or die. Make your choice." That voice is iconic. It is terrifying. I love hearing that voice from Tobin Bell. The killer in this movie is like, "Hello, Mr. Deacon. I want to play a game. Live or die. Make your choice." It sounds like this Herbert robot voice. And I just think it is kind of predictable. You could pretty much tell where this movie's going. It's very similar to the other Saw movies. And with the ending, just it felt very formulaic. But I enjoyed it. I could see people having an issue with how predictable the movie can get. And I just wish we got more from certain characters like Sam Jackson. He wasn't in it as much as I hoped, and I kind of expected it because I thought he was one of the more interesting characters of the movie, and he just was in it for about 8 minutes. And Chris Rock's character, Zeke, sometimes he could be overacty and yelly and doesn't have that much depth to him. I wish they would have dived into more of him. Before I give you guys my final overall thoughts on Spiral from the Book of Saw, if this is your guys' first time checking out the channel and you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this movie, definitely hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And consider clicking that subscribe button for reviews every week on this channel. I also do ranking videos. I will be doing a Saw ranking with Spiral, so look forward to that. If you want to be a part of this awesome community, hit the like and subscribe button and let's talk about movies. Spiral from the Book of Saw was actually a surprise to me because I was walking into this movie expecting to hate it like I do a majority of the Saw films, but I walked out pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed this one. I think Saw fans are definitely going to appreciate this movie, being part of the Saw franchise. With that being said, guys, I'm going to give Spiral from the Book of Saw a B-. There you have it, guys. That was my thoughts on Spiral from the Book of Saw. What did you guys think of Spiral? If you've seen it already, did you love it? Thought it was okay? Or did you absolutely hate it? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Now, like I mentioned, guys, I will be ranking all 9 Saw movies now that I saw Spiral, so look forward to that ranking video. Where is Spiral gonna land on that list? Let me know in the comments. Guys, thank you so much for watching. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.